What's up, guys? Welcome to the Blitz Report. Today, I'm going to tell you what the Washington Redskins should do with Kirk Cousins at the end of this season. And to be honest with you, the Washington Redskins should let Kirk Cousins walk. You might think I sound crazy for saying this, but just listen to my argument here. Kirk Cousins is a very, very, very greedy player, and I don't think he's good enough to get you to a Super Bowl. He's good enough to help you compete, but unless you can put together a very, very strong defense to help him, he's not going to get you to a Super Bowl. But because of his greediness, it's going to be very difficult for you to build a Super Bowl caliber defense. So let me tell you what you should do this offseason for your quarterback position. A few guys that are going to be free agents but not likely to hit the open market that will probably be re-signed by their team. One is Drew Brees. Two is Teddy Bridgewater. And three is Jimmy Garoppolo. All three of those guys I can almost guarantee won't hit the open market. But if they do, those are some guys that you can go after to replace Kirk Cousins. Some guys that will hit the open market that you will likely get a chance to sign, Sam Bradford. I believe there's very, very little difference between Sam Bradford and Kirk Cousins, mostly being health. But I believe Sam Bradford is just as good, if not better, than Kirk Cousins. Next is Tyrod Taylor. He's not set to be a free agent, but it is very, very, very likely, almost all but certain, that he's going to be cut by the Bills this offseason. He has got the lowest touchdown to interception ratio in the NFL, and however many starts he has now. I can't remember what the exact number was, but he's probably even better than Kirk Cousins, and he gives you a dual threat type of quarterback as well. And you've got weapons there in Washington that he didn't have in Buffalo, so Kirk Cousins should be Tyrod Taylor should be a key player that you go after this offseason in order to replace Kirk Cousins. Another one is Case Keenum. He's 6-2 with the Vikings. Of course, you don't have the defense the Vikings has, but that's okay. Case Keenum isn't a flashy player, but he doesn't turn the football over. So that's another good one that y'all might should go after. Brock Osweiler is another one. While he's not a good quarterback, he has proven that he can be a stopgap quarterback. He can come in and start for you while you figure things out and figure out which quarterback you want to get. And finally, Tyler Bray. He's young. He's only 25 years old. We haven't seen much of him, but what we have seen has been good. He doesn't turn the football over. He's got sneaky athleticism is what I call it. He always looks to throw first, but if he has to run, he can run. So he might just need an opportunity. He could be a very good NFL quarterback, just hasn't got the opportunity yet there in Kansas City. And in the draft, you guys will probably be drafting somewhere between 15 to 19, somewhere in that range, 14 to 19. And there's a couple of really good mid-round quarterbacks that you could look at. One would be Lamar Jackson. He could be available in that pick area. Um, Baker Mayfield will probably be available in that pick area, and Mason Rudolph will probably be available in that range of picks as well. And if they start flying off the board, you can trade up to get them. Now, let me say this: you do have the salary cap to re-sign Kirk Cousins because I can't remember the exact number, but I'm pretty sure that you guys were top 10 in available funds this offseason. But quit letting Kirk Cousins bully you. There's going to be plenty of quarterbacks available. I just mentioned 8 that will likely be available for you to get and 11 that's possible for you to get. So quit letting Kirk Cousins bully you. Let some other team put up with that headache. And if nobody else wants to put up with that headache, let him sit at home and not make no money. He's not good enough to be getting this $20 million a year while all these other quarterbacks like Matt Stafford, Derek Carr, and Tom Brady even are making much more less than that. Yes, they signed those big, huge contracts, but the reason Kirk Cousins won't sign one of those contracts is because how they're set up to where you make most of your money in the first and second year and sometimes the third, and then after that you play for a little of nothing for the next few years. And if these guys are good enough to do it, Kirk Cousins is good enough to do it. So quit letting Kirk Cousins bully you. Go out and get you a quarterback that you can depend on, that you can count on, that's going to be there for you. Kirk Cousins, while he is being greedy, he's also taking a big risk. Because what if he just finished playing his game with the Saints? They lost in overtime, but next week, whenever they play, whoever they're playing, what if he gets hit and it's a career-ending injury? That's it. He's done. If you're on one of them long-term contracts, you still get to get paid even though you're unable to play anymore. So that's kind of the risk he's taking. But overall, he's just being very greedy. He's looking at what the NBA is doing, not the NFL. He's not playing. What he needs to realize is he's not playing in the NBA. He's playing in the NFL. And if he don't want to do that, he can go try out for an NBA team. I guarantee he won't make it. But that's just my 2 cents. You guys comment and let me know and tell me what you think about the situation, what you think the Redskins should do. And be sure to leave a like on the video if you like the content. That's very important. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm going to be diving into more of these off-season discussions as the season moves on. And this is just something that's been bothering me for the last couple of months. I just hadn't put the work in and really dug in. I've been thinking for the last couple of months it's going to be something whenever the Redskins decide they don't want to sign Kirk Cousins again and they go get somebody else. Who else is going to put up with that headache? There's a few teams, a few nitty teams who will probably put up with that headache, but they won't do it for long either. So that's just my 2 cents. Sign one of these quarterbacks, draft one, let them compete. There's plenty that's going to be available during this offseason for you to get. Quit letting Kirk Cousins bully you. I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.